Hey everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Silver Hyena, and what I have going for today's video is something that I honestly probably should have done about 4 years ago. Yeah, this was one of those things that I bought near the very start of this channel and just forgot about. Yeah, I have a bad habit of doing that. Yeah. But, well, I'm here now. I'm doing it now. I guess 4 years late is better than never doing it at all, so let us get started. I'll have to check the current price of these because, as we all know, inflation is evil and everything's going up. So it was originally $16.99, or let's just round it up to $17 and call it a day. Anyways, this is Faber-Castell, which, as we all know, Faber-Castell has amazing and beautiful art supplies. And these are Graphite Aquarelle. They're water-soluble pencils, basically, okay? Okay, yeah, water-soluble graphite pencils. And then, why would they call them crayons graphite in another? I don't know, I don't care. Anyways, let's just get started. Alright, just try to open these up. I really hate these sorts of packs, but I am determined to give you, my lovely viewers, a pour shot. And yes, there's bouncy cam as per usual. Well, that was terrible. Okay, well, while that pour shot was beyond awful, I have to say that these pencils, they feel really good in your hand. I mean, you can just feel the quality when you pick them up. And let's take a look at the barrel here. Made in Germany, Graphite Aquarelle. It's water. I mean, you can tell by the little paintbrush there. Here, hopefully you can see that. Faber-Castell, and then this one is HB. Now then, the paper I'm using to do these test swatches, it is not the Strathmore watercolor paper. This is just that really bad watercolor paper that I got in that watercolor drawing kit by Royal Langnickel. I figure it's you know what, it works just fine for doing the swatches and whatnot, so that's what I'm doing. And you know what, it's these go down buttery smooth. I mean, this feels really nice. But it's time for the main test. Now then, what's really nice about this kit is that it comes with a paintbrush. And I've got my, oh, whoa. Camera's at a weird place, but got my water. That does not come with the kit. And oh, the brush was a bit crunchy, but it uncrunchified itself. Alright, pull this in. I mean, these really do look, ooh, wow, that has a smooth melt. Train of thought derailed. I was gonna say that it's they work well as just standalone pencils, but it's you add that water. Ooh, what are you doing being so fine? Oh, that's right, your Faber-Castell. That's what you're doing. Oh, that is nice. Anyways, I'm gonna finish up with the swatches, and then we're gonna do a drawing because that's kind of what we do on this channel. Give me a minute. Okay, yes, enjoy my absolutely terrible handwriting. Anyways, I have to say that I think that these look pretty dang good. I mean, like this is just the swatching phase. We're gonna put them to the ultimate test in just a minute, but so far, looking good. I mean, like these are Faber-Castell, so I have set the bar high. Anyways, it's time to get this ready to go because I don't want it buckling up, this being swatching, and I know that this paper is not that good, but I have a hard time throwing things away. I mean, like, I am one of those people that it's like, well, I could still find a use for it. Are you that way? Or are you just, well, this is crap. Whew, into the bin it goes. Comment below. I'm genuinely curious. Anyways, we are going to prep the paper. I know. Exciting, exhilarating. Okay. I'll quit talking your ear off. I'll just do it. Alright, I feel the uncontrollable urge for a bit of a story time here. You see, just as I was getting to that age where I was comprehending what objects and things were and forming cognitive thoughts, I knew that I loved animals. Wild animals, domesticated animals, whatever animals I could find in books and magazines. The other thing that I absolutely loved were Duplos. For those of you that are unfamiliar, Duplos are like giant Legos. Back in the day, they were totally my jam. Anyways, when I was like 4 or 5, I was given a deluxe Duplo set, a safari set to be exact. Gosh, I loved that thing so much. I played with it all the time. But of course, I was small, curious, and full of questions. So I asked my parents, what's a safari? Or probably more appropriate as a 4-year-old, what's a safari? Does that add any immersion to it? Okay, moving on. That led to my dad getting the ever-bright light bulb in his head, not to tell me, but to show me. Now remember, dear viewers, this was back in the 1990s. We didn't have smartphones. Heck, we didn't even have dial-up internet yet. I don't even think internet was a thing yet. At least not mainstream in households. You either had to pick up a book or catch some sort of documentary on TV. Lucky for me, we had a VCR and my dad went out and bought the movie Hatari. Usually movies during this era were held on just one VHS tape. This movie was contained on 2 VHS tapes. It is a long movie. Now, my mom was trying to tell my dad that there was no way I'd sit through a 3-hour movie, but my dad insisted that I'd see at least 10 minutes and get a basic idea of what a safari is. So he put in the movie, and against all odds, I was hooked. Yes, 4 or 5-year-old me was absolutely entranced by this movie made way back in the 60s. While most of the actual plot flew way over my head, I was just mesmerized by the Serengeti, the wild African animals. It's a visual experience without any CGI, it really is. Of course, it was the rhinoceros that really grabbed my attention. And to make a long story short, too late, I know, I developed an obsession with rhinos. That only ended when I learned about dragons, but that's beside the point. Even to this day, I still put in Hatari, on DVD now, just to relive that childhood nostalgia. Oh yeah, and on top of everything else, my Duplo set, it didn't come with a rhinoceros, so my dad actually went out and got me just a plastic rhino figurine. It wasn't a Duplo, but it basically became an honorary Duplo. I would play with this rhino figure, really nice, realistic rhino toy, that sort of thing. Like, it was the right size and everything, so I would just stick it in there with my Duplos and everything. Okay. Well, now that I have regaled you lovely viewers with a tale of my childhood, perhaps it's time to go into these pencils, huh? I freaking loved them. Honestly, the quality is unreal. Like, the only complaint that I could think of is that occasionally you have to sharpen them. And that's me grasping at straws just to say something. Seriously, I had so much fun using these. They were just a joy. It was joy put to paper. I loved it. Of course, I'm very fond of water media in general, and I've always liked graphite. So, like, these, they just get along. It's like two of my favorite things in one. The one thing I want to mention, the wood. It doesn't feel like it's made out of pressed together chipboard leavings. Like, it feels like it's made out of a solid piece of wood. Well, some of you might be thinking, what's the big deal about that? It's a very big deal. A good quality, structure, I want to say, will help keep everything together. You know how much we enjoy broken leads on this channel. If you're new to the channel, I'll just be upfront. I detest broken leads. They make me very sad and rage. Well, yes, there is a bit of a steep price tag to these pencils. I would feel safe saying that they're worth every penny. I can't even recall if I've ever disliked a product from Faber-Castell. They're a high-end and reputable brand. I love them so much. Not sponsored, by the way, but if they asked, I wouldn't say no. And yes, I'm well aware that water-soluble colored pencils are a thing. Heck, I've even used them a few times on this channel. But I have a soft spot for graphite. Graphite is where I got my start when I began getting serious about my art. To think, it all started with sketching animals out of zoo books. On a side note, the box with all my zoo books vanished during the move. I'm still mad about that. That and some of my Christmas decorations. They vanished too. I'm not happy about that. But the photo I'm using here was one that I actually took while at my local zoo. One of these days, I'd like to just go to the zoo with my sketching gear and draw from life. Of course, it's just been too dang hot in Texas to even think about that right now. I mean, at the time of recording this, it is September. Almost October. And it is 92 degrees outside. Fahrenheit. Like, I'm not sure how to convert that into Celsius for any of my viewers elsewhere, but it is too dang hot. But let's cool off with some watercolors. To finish things off, I used my Van Gogh watercolors for the background here. I've always loved the look of grayscale subject, colored background, or vice versa. I just think it looks neat. Now, if you've ever used these pencils before, let me know in the comments below. As always, I love to hear what you guys have to say. All right, here we are, and I have to say that came out looking clean. I mean, like, that was nice. I love a good satisfying tape peel. Anyways, these pencils, oh my gosh, these were just beautiful. I enjoyed using these from start to finish. Like, you could just feel the quality, and not just like with the initial swatches and holding them, but just when it goes down on the paper, the only way I can describe it is quality that you can just feel. It just, oh my god, like, this was just wonderful to use. Totally worth the price of admission. And the brush that came with the kit, oh my gosh, like, after trying so many different watercolor kits and whatnot from discount stores that offered like okay brushes to just, oh my god, what is that? And just, it was so nice to get a brush that you could just feel how good it was, just how smooth it held water. I mean, like, I loved this brush. This is looks like a round number 6, which, like, Faber-Castell, like, I don't think I have met a product from Faber-Castell I have not liked. And I just love how this turned out. Like, I love doing, like, the grayscale subject with a colored background. I think it just really brings things out. I had so much fun with this. It was such a joy to use. If you ever happen upon these water soluble pencils, like, I would give them like a 10 out of 10 recommend. There, I said it. That's how much I loved these. I mean, like, I can't even hardly think of anything to pick at. Like, I am just, like, blown away, trampled by a rampaging rhinoceros. I mean, yeah, these were amazing. Anyways, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed this video and that it has helped you in some way. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, while we're at it, why not check out my Instagram at Silver Hyena Art. And with all that being said, this is Silver Hyena signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!